Hey, let's talk about Paul Bearer. He does an interview, and it's not very kind to the company. He says while he had praised WWE while working for them for how well they took care of him and what a great company it was to work for, they were not nearly so kind now. Quote, they were not as understanding as you might have been led to believe. I only received 2 calls from anyone in WWE management the entire time my wife was fighting cancer. Both calls were made by Stephanie McMahon. I only received a handful of calls from my so-called friends. Undertaker, and I guess the two had a big falling out here, may have called twice, but that was after I told the world he never cared. It's out of sight, out of mind in wrestling. As far as payroll is concerned, you must understand I was under a guaranteed money contract. They had to pay me. It wasn't a favor by any means. I didn't have insurance, and Diana's treatments were close to $100,000. That cleaned me out. Did anybody offer me any assistance? Please. All that glitters is not gold, friends. And he also said that McMahon and his stooges took every opportunity to make his life a living hell as far as his weight was concerned. He said he starved himself and dropped 100 pounds in 5 months, was brought back to TV, and after a few months was taken off TV again. Of course, at this point, unfortunately, he had gained all that weight back and more. Were you aware that Bear had hard feelings? And I didn't know until doing research for this that maybe him and Undertaker had a big falling out.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. It really is. And sometimes when things are going on in your life and that, you think that everybody knows everything about you, and you think that everyone should come to your aid. And man, Paul left my name out in that because I did call. And I was in constant contact with Paul because I could relate to a wife going through cancer issues.
Yes.
And we did talk often. And one of the things, as far as business went with Paul, and as far as Paul in general, was, Paul, you put on a lot of weight and you need to lose some weight for your health, to take care of you so that you can take care of Diana, so that you could be there for her and be strong for her. And you need to take care of you. And don't go downhill, man. Don't sit there and put on more weight, and we'll help you. We offered to help him and say, look, man, we'll get you a program. We'll get you a nutritionist. We'll get you a trainer, whatever it is that you want to do. Paul chose not to do that. And again, he was upset and he was bitter at this time because he felt that the world was against him. And again, I could relate because he was sitting there and the person that he loved most in this world was suffering. And he was suffering with her and for her as much as he could. Paul, man, he loved his wife just unbelievably. That was his life. Diana was his life. And I think that, he was mad at the world because it's unfair when cancer goes and inhabits the body of someone that you love. It's just unfair. And you lash out at the world. Been there, done that. So I just think I think he was upset with that, and I give him a pass for it. I think that he, felt if you called him once a week, you should have called twice. You called him once a month, you should have called twice.
All right.
No matter what anyone did for him, it was wrong. It's like the going to you and say, hey man, you need to lose weight or you need to do this. That's for your own good. It's not for anybody else.
Right.
That's for you. You need to take better care of yourself. And we're offering to help you in that endeavor. He didn't want to help himself. And that's the sad part of it. But there were those. I know Michael kept in touch with him. I know I kept in touch with him. And I want to say I called him at least once a week. Again, we were going through the same journey at the same time. So It was just sad.